So I want to look at this incident with the Georgia Guidestones. I'm going to use the cards here, but before I do that, I want to let's talk about what happened. So I woke up this morning, my phone was going off, and I was getting all these messages about this, and I've spent most of the morning researching it, and I found this video by Red Pill News, Zach Payne. And first off, people heard a loud noise about 4 a.m. One person said they thought it was thunder. People said their houses were shaken. I don't know what the weather was like in Georgia at the time, but it didn't look like it was bad weather from the videos that I saw. And the surveillance video that actually shows what happened. So then authorities were on scene, and in the news, the regular mainstream news, they were saying that someone used an explosive device and destroyed one of the pillars of the Georgia Guidestone. And they were doing an active investigation. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation was involved. I saw they had the area roped off like a crime scene. And then something curious happened. They brought in an excavator and they knocked down all the stones, which if you had an ongoing investigation, you wouldn't disturb the area, right? And you say, oh, maybe it was for safety. Well, Zach Payne says he has a friend who's a mason, a stone mason, like a real stone mason, not one of the secret society ones. And he said that there was no danger of it falling down and hurting somebody. So they had no safety reason to take it down. And Zach went on to say that, that sounds like they're trying to cover up an investigation here. All right. So then the other thing is the video surveillance of the actual explosion. I've looked at this video many times in slow motion, and Zach Payne from Red Pill News, he said an energy weapon, or he didn't say weapon, but he said like an energy blast or something like that. And but what it looks like to me is a small missile. You can see right where there's a light in the background, and it seems to zip right in from the upper left-hand corner, and it hits one of the pillars. Looks like it maybe hits the capstone, then one of the pillars, and you can see the debris blow out this way. And then there's you don't see a flash. There is a very quick flash, but not a fireball, which actually is consistent with military grade explosives, I think. I'm not an expert here. And then there's a cloud of smoke. And so, yeah, I think they used a precision military type of weapon because their house is within a mile, so they don't want to send shrapnel into people's homes. And this is just what I think. I think it was the white hats, the military. They wanted to send a message. They put a drone up there, and they used a small missile with a very directed warhead to blow it up. That's what I think happened. Okay. Definitely, it couldn't have been lightning, in my opinion, because lightning just doesn't do that to stone like that. Okay, what else do we have here? So anyways, you guys can, I'm sure you're doing your own investigations. I definitely suggest checking out Red Pill News. He does a pretty good breakdown of it. And but we're gonna ask the cards. And let's see what was okay. Well, first, why did the authorities demolish it? Why did they go in there with an excavator? I mean, maybe they did all the investigation that they needed to do. They took chemical samples, probably looking for explosives. um, photographs and search the area. And then they thought, okay, well, let's just be safe and take it down. So what was the real reason for bringing in the excavators and taking down the whole thing? Let's see if we can get an answer there. All right, switch my camera. So basically, I'm asking, what was it a cover-up by the authorities? Two ones. Yeah. Okay, so looking down over the whole thing, we have this magician. So yeah, this is mainstream media, or there's definitely a cover-up going on here. Um, they're making plans of how they can make this go away, basically. Uh, they're trying to escape justice because they know that they are, the cabal are entering into a new world. It's a new territory for them, and they're not happy about that. They have all kinds of concerns about this, and oh, this was a surprise to them too. So this totally took them by surprise. Um, they're on their tower making plans to try to escape justice, and they still think that they can win this, actually. But the reason the reason for taking down and demolishing the stones is to avoid justice, uh, and try to put their own spin on way things are going. But they're worried. They're running scared right now. Okay, so make that one short and sweet. And then oh, I remembered something else that Zach Payne mentioned. Okay, so there was another thing that Zach Payne of Red Pill News said that I should look at. He said that there's this woman, Candace Taylor, who's running for governor or some position in the Georgia government, and as part of her platform, she said that she would destroy or demolish the Georgia Guidestones. So, is this a false flag attack to try to pin it on her and get her in trouble? Let's see. Okay, let's turn that camera around. So was this a strategy by the Black Hats to pin it on Candace Taylor? Okay, so it wasn't done by the Black Hats as a plan to pin it on her, but it's something that they might actually try to do in the future. So no crisis goes to waste. They might try to spin this, or somebody, you can pretty much guarantee somebody's going to try to spin this and point their finger at Candace Taylor. But it wasn't done on purpose that way. Okay. What exactly caused that explosion? Let's do that first. Next. What exactly in that video, in that surveillance video, caused there's a bright light and then a massive explosion, and bits of stone went flying, people a mile away, their houses were rocked by it. Doesn't look like lightning to me. So what exactly was it? Let's see. Now it's funny because Zach Payne in his video said at one point maybe it was bolt of energy from God himself. And what's interesting is I kind of see that here with this high priestess in the background and the Queen of Pentacles and the Fool. And this was not so I feel like it was psychic energy. I know that sounds crazy, uh, but not a military weapon. I mean, I can't find anything of like military ordnance in these first four cards. We've got Queen, Mother Earth, really. It was like this was a an affront to her in a way. She took it that way, Gaia. I really feel that, and then we have the Fool. The Fool is it's open to the universe. It's a trusting in the universe, and it's almost like Gaia herself asked for this to be taken away. And then we have this high priestess in the background. It's like almost like a spell, like a magic spell. And then look, the tower. This could be, I don't know, maybe the White Hats found a way to tune CERN into all the psychic energy of all of us who would love to see that thing blown up and destroyed, and then focus that psychic energy in that spot and cause that explosion. I know that I'm not I don't get into this woo stuff so much. I always I try to find the most, like logical explanation. And this is not logical at all. This is mystical. This is deep woo. And I mean, I that's what the cards say. And I'm feeling this was a psychic energy or a spiritual energy that was directed. It wasn't technological, the explosion. And maybe this is showing what we can do when we all put our thoughts and energies and spiritual power into focus. I don't know. It's pretty wild. So, okay, well, if that's the how, then my other question was who. So, it was my it was a physical act. But let's take into consideration what the cards just told me there, that this was some type of magical thing, spiritual thing, and it was like the earth and humans working together and focusing energy on this and sending this blast of energy that took it out. So let's ask, who's responsible for that event? Who did that? Oh boy, I want to really give these a good shuffle, because I don't want there to be any chance of the cards being not ordered. I always feel like I need to shuffle more. That's enough. Okay, so who's responsible for this heroic deed? Oh, hold on a minute here. Got this in the last reading. This is my Pleiadians card. That okay. This explains it. I mean, it still could be taking the psychic energy of all of those who have focused so much, like anger, really, at those stones. Those stones, I don't know about you, but when I found out that they're looking to reduce the human population to under 500,000, that made me angry. And so I'm getting this Seven of Pentacles twice in the same place. This was an off-worlder attack or help by them. The Pleiadians. The Pleiadians did it. That's who did it. They and this Eight of Cups is us, and this is all of us truth seekers, all of us sojourners for truth. We've been wandering in the wilderness, and they know that we're feeling defeated. A lot of people are feeling this defeated right now. I know that even with all the great things that are happening, there's still a lot of people who gave up on Q, gave up on the Alliance, gave up on the White Hats, and I think that they wanted to send a message, and this came from the very top of the Pleiadian command as well, and they sent this to boost our morale, not only to show a sign to us that victory is nigh, but also to cause fear and panic amongst the ranks of the cabal, the Seven of Cups, and letting them know that their time is up. This with this world. Okay, all right. Well, I saw that Seven of Pentacles in there before, and I didn't mention it because I wasn't sure. I was thinking something else with it last time, but now I've got it. This was a strike by off-worlders, the Pleiadians in particular, to bolster the spirits of us, the truthers. And I know it did for me. I just feel this, like we turned some kind of corner with that, and also to cause fear and panic among the ranks of the cabal. Wow. Okay. Now I understand that those cards before better. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Who did this? How? I covered that. Okay, I think those are all the questions that I had. And Jen Bohannon, this is coming to you first, since you were the first one, and you sent me a donation and asked me to answer this. So I'm gonna send this to you first. All right, well that's done. I think I'm done here. All right. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited. It feels like we are just about to kick things off, and like everybody's going to know what's going on soon. That's what it feels like. Yeah, we are very close to at least the end, the beginning of the end. All right. So thanks for watching. If you watched on Patreon, if you paid $1 to see this, I appreciate it. If you paid more, hey, great. I'm going to try to be posting more things to Patreon. So stick around if you can. All right. And I'll see you back on YouTube in a week. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.